Checking my phone. Can I get this out of frame? I can't. Whatever. It's a microphone. Oh, I can go like this. Right there. Okay. My channel says live showcase, 20 people watching. Gotta wait for some people to tell me if the audio is good or not. Audio levels seem fine on my end. I haven't changed the the settings since our resident genius John came in and fixed everything. I think we're good. I'll just need a couple comments to confirm, but it says it's good on my end, and looks good here. Sounds good, everybody's. So, what do you guys want to talk about today? We're just kidding. We know what we're talking about. We're talking about Onyx. No more Onyx. Onyx is great. Love Onyx. But I think the last... We did the Air 2. I'm going to let people come in, by the way. We did the Air 2. We did the Nova Air. We did the Lumi. Jeez. I think we did a note-taking exhibition as well, so... all right. Oh, no, it dropped my cap. Okay. So, we seem to be all good. What are we talking about? We're talking about REINKSTONE. Why are we talking about REINKSTONE? Because we're the only guys that have this. And it's a weird one. This is a weird thing to be happening right now in the world of e-ink. This isn't even e-ink. Let's get this out of the way. If you're looking here, I'll grab my. This is my go-to for music, by the way. I'm not even joking. This is the Hisense Touch. This one just lost. Actually, it was either going to be this or this. This one lost by I think 9% in the votes. So, anyways, this is not e-ink. In fact, this is pull focus. This is one of the only devices that has ever come out that isn't running actual e-ink, but is still electronic paper. It's not LCD, it's not LED, it's actually e-paper, but it's not e-ink. E-ink makes everything for everybody, everywhere in the world, all the time, period. It's e-ink from Taiwan. These guys are not, and that's why it's so interesting. That's why the world is in an uproar, of the e-reader world, about what this is. A lot of you guys are going to say, I don't trust these guys, they're scammers. And to that, I say, well, I don't disagree with you. Reason being, let's look at a little bit of information on REINKSTONE before we go and talk about this a little bit further. REINKSTONE and its affiliated productions and companies, with the whiskey starting back in 2019, the whiskey raised $400,000 on the whiskey EE right. On the REINKSTONE, and to which I should say, not everyone got their things. In fact, most people didn't get their things, and the people that did get it were missing pens, and these are all comments you can read on the campaigns that are still there. They're missing pens, they're missing a whole bunch of accessories, and there's no updates, there's no communication. They went on again to make this, the REINKSTONE, raising $1 million on Kickstarter. And after 8 months of that, they actually did another crowdfunding campaign on green funding in Japan and raised $236,000. So what? It wasn't enough that you made $1 million on Kickstarter, that you needed to boost another $250,000 on a Japanese only one, assuming maybe no one would draw the parallel, because doesn't feel like... I think $1 million will get you there. I think you're good. And your product, this is evidently fairly finished. It's logoed, it's packaged, it's tooled properly, it's here. And we'll show you that in a second. Top Joy, we'll get to that. That's a whole nother thing. Top Joy, again, same kind of names, same companies, same affiliated areas, all that. Raised $670,000 on Kickstarter themselves. And then went on Campfire JP, which is another Japanese crowdfunding campaign, kind of like Indiegogo and Kickstarter. They have green funding and Campfire. They raised another 80 grand on there. So, like, so far, I'm not here to bash them. These are objective facts. This is real money that these are all things that I just Googled really quick. You can go to Indiegogo, you can go to Kickstarter, you can go to Campfire, you can go to Green Funding and look at this yourself. No one's gotten their things, and even for us, they gave this to us. They were really good with their communication up front. They gave us updates. We did a bunch of videos. I think we did like 12 videos on this. They're like, hey, hey, Goody Reader, here's version 1.12. A couple weeks later, here's 1.13. Here's the changelog. We're like, wow, this is going somewhere. You know, we know the guys. We're actually the guys that distribute the panels. Ended up selling on our website, Good Displays. They're a vendor of ours, and they've been around for 13 years. They're a legitimate distributor of panels. The guys who make this panels is not Good Display. It's Weifeng out of China. We don't know those guys. We have no way to even contact them. But REINKSTONE has been very good with the communication up until, well, when we got our sample. After we did all our videos, is kind of all the communication dropped off. Like, ghosted. We've heard literally nothing from them, period. And then suddenly it's like, oh, Top Joy came out. Top Joy, same affiliated group, we don't know, sure looks like it. They'd sent us a sample, and we're like, cool, let's do a video. And they're like, these are the talking points. We're like, all right. And then we did a video. It's legitimately a good product. Whether everyone's going to get their things is a different thing. It's good. The whiskey was kind of meh. This one's like actually pretty good. It's got stereo speakers on it. The USB's like nicely curved and chiseled out. All the bevels and everything, it's nicely done. So it's all here. But whether they're going to distribute anything, I mean, we're going on year 4 here, 2019, 20, 21, 22. And I mean, other than some reviewers, not everyone's getting their stuff. So yeah, that's the laying down a little bit of the history of what REINKSTONE is and why we're talking about it is because it's causing a stir. It definitely is. It's upsetting because some people have paid money for these. We didn't pay for it because they sent us a sample. And we're not affiliated with them. We don't even sell their products, and they don't pay us for the reviews or anything. They give us samples because we get samples from everyone all the time. Hisense sent us the phone a couple months back and said, hey, review this. We're like, all right. So anyways, let's say hi to some people first before we get into the actual top down, but we are all ready. What we got here? Sterling. So optimistic about getting one of these. Yes. We will tell you if they're going to come out. We'll be the ones to tell you if, oh yeah, my light's not on. Okay, we're going to restart all of the live. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's better, everybody. Look at that. Now you can really make out the Goody Reader t-shirt. It's just a super simple logo, man. But if you want one. Yeah. So Sterling Phoenix, yeah, we will tell you. We'll be the ones to tell you. Bob Diekema. I can't say your name. You show up a lot. You know, your name is very prominent in this. So yeah, let's start this. Audio's good. Perfect. Thank you. Sounds good to me. You're good. Awesome. Bob, Chrissa, Courtney. Oh, we have a subscriber, Courtney, of ours there. Perfect. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a name and a half right there. Chandreshekar Tupad. Audio is good. Thank you very much for showing up. Uvilo, yes. Our LCD is right up there with e-ink in terms of everything that e-ink kind of offers. Good contrast, easy on the eyes. Yeah, you're right. It's not e-ink. You said that. You are correct. But our LCD and our LED is niche of the niche of the niche. It's super, like, there's usually in a product line, there's like one sub brand that has one version of it, and it's like, oh, it's right here. So like out of all Hisense that makes, you know, washers and dryers and stuff, they make consumer electronics, and then they make tablets, and then they make one little RLCD or LED tablet. Krishna Chaitanya, you come every week. I can't remember your name. Tanya Sataru. Hey, Peter. Hello. And Kiran, I paid $1 to reserve my special discount, but had but didn't have courage to find on Kickstarter. Okay, I'm just gonna say this, and we'll do top down right after this because we're at the end of our comments that are laid out here. Personally, I can't say at this point I would recommend buying into these products. You know, we keep saying we got to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's been a long time, and I just can't in good conscience say you should not support them, but you shouldn't, just don't pay for it right now. Just stop. You should just stop until we get a handle on the situation. We know what's happening with these guys, because that's what's it's evidently not. They don't, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, it's ready. It's here. They could sell it. It's in a box. They have, the pen. They have documentation. We're not here to sell it either. You guys have questions and you voted for this to be on the docket. So yeah, let's, it's one of those things, guys. It's really hard to even, it's like a head scratcher. This is the only head scratcher we've ever had. This company, this line of devices, the Whiskey Topjoy REINKSTONE triplets that are just causing a stir. And yeah, it's just, see, this is also something that kind of got broken in the latest update. So this is a raw look. No cuts. You guys say jump, we'll jump. This is exactly what's happening here today. So let's turn the auto sleep on to never for this video. Did it save that? It did. Okay, so it shouldn't go into sleep anymore. Sterling Phoenix, I paid for it. Consider me taking the hit for everyone else. You know what? Some people have to, it's all for the greater good, So, Sterling Phoenix, you know what? You can be a, I don't know the words. You can be like a advocate. Is that it? I don't know. You are taking one for the team. You definitely are. So, it's hard to really back this thing. Also, it's kind of broken. To be fair, at one point they were stringing along their updates, so they're giving us lots of updates. They were really good communication for quite some time, but we haven't even heard from them in a long time now. It's been months and months and months, zero contact. So unless you guys have some questions, we're going to go to the video and check out some common questions that you guys have about this. So colors, all right. Colors are right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 30 colors. So 6 times 5, 30. So you get 30 colors. A lot of them are like, so the bottom 6 are like white, gray, lighter gray, gray, and dark gray / black. And then you get 3 greens, 3 more greens over there, 2 blues, a little bit of pales up top, orange and red. Those 2 are basically the same, and these 3 pinks look absolutely identical. It's again, these are webcams, so we'll try to see how well it'll pull focus on the color palette. There we go. So those are the colors you get. And yeah, it's a reflective glass screen, but they put a little bit of a layer on there to cut down on the reflectivity and all that kind of stuff. So let's choose a pale green, and we're going to go max brush size on everything today because you need to be able to see it. Now, they were having some trouble with their colors when you choose a color, didn't actually trigger, but it is now. Okay, so it's pretty fast. Now, we'll say another thing. Oh yeah, the eraser doesn't work, by the way. Their eraser wasn't tooled properly. So what happened was it actually doesn't go down. Doesn't push down. It's just a nub. It just kind of moves around. But it is a Wacom screen. I'm going to reach off camera here. So the standard Wacom pen will work. It will work. This is the standard Wacom pen. You can use the side eraser. You can use the back eraser. It's going to work perfectly fine. Again, you can use Supernote. Oh, Supernote just released a new pen, by the way. We're going to get into that in a future video. Air pens work, Supernote standard pen, the Heart of Metal, those are all work. So yeah, the pens work. It's Wacom. Their stock pen leaves a little bit to be leaves you wanting because it's not that great. But yeah, so let's do some note taking here. Get to a clean page. Now I've noticed that circle in the middle there. You'll notice a circle. There's like a. It says like your notes are saving, and then there'll be a circle right there. Find that just never really goes away, even if you force refresh. It just never really goes away. It's always just kind of there. You can speed it up, and you can choose different modes. We'll show you that in a bit. I'm just gonna write normally. Going to take some notes. Cool. Smiley faces all around. Draw a tree. Yeah, so it's all right. It's pretty fast. The screen tech is real. It comes from a company that's been around for decades. It's called Weifeng in China, and they're distributed by a very legitimate company, Good Displays. No relation to us, although they sell on our store. But the good prefix, the good thing, has nothing to do with Good eReader. But yeah, all the companies that involved in the component manufacturing is perfectly. They've been around for a long time, longer than us. So yeah. You don't have to worry about that. It's just distribution and legitimacy has been a question of many people towards, well, this product. Because, I mean, come on. It's just, the silly thing is that they didn't do it just one time. They didn't do it just 2 times. They did it 3 times. And on the second time, they did 2 different Kickstarters, green funding, and then on the top joy they did 2. So it's like, when is enough gonna be enough for people to say, okay, maybe, you know what, maybe I won't buy it? I don't know. And again, we're not here to bash it, because we're not. We review everything under the sun. There's that company in Japan that sent us the Koneko, which is a GPS receiver for tracking your child. If your child goes on like a field trip or something, you put a little thing on his backpack and there you go. Like, that's useless to most of the world, but we still review it to the best of our abilities, because that's what we do here. We're completely objective on all of our reviews through every single brand. So what's happening here? What are you guys seeing? You're seeing a lot of staining and puffing around these colors. And that is because the way that e-ink works and the way that DES works. This is not DES. Oh, sorry. This is exactly DES, Peter. This is DES. It is not an e-ink branded product. It's not e-ink. It's DES. E-ink, if you look at the screen like that, e-ink, and you look at it sideways, e-ink is going to have all of these individual little pixels. And if I blow it up, it's going to look like that. And when something is... I can't remember if it was positively charged or negatively charged. You know what? I'm going to switch to a better color than light green. How about black there, Peter? Perfect. So whether something is positively charged or negatively charged, the little pixel pods will either go up or down, like that. And in the gaps, there'll be the clear ones like that. DES doesn't really work that way. That's e-ink. DES is this weird kind of like... They have these big chambers of all these like color waves, and it's like a bathtub kind of thing. It sloshes around. It's super, super technical. And the PDF sheets explaining this they sent us was translated precisely from Chinese to English. So it was literally translated to the point where you couldn't even understand what they were talking about. So what happens basically is you're going to get a lot of staining. You're going to get a lot of blending and mushing together. The colors are not going to be as crisp because there's no individually segmented areas where the like e-ink, where they're trying to develop an image. And for e-ink, there'd be a color array filter on top. And then, things would be different colors because the light would come down and bounce back up. They still have a color filter here to a certain degree, but it's just the way they do it is completely different. They don't rely on individual pixel capsules, they call it. It's like a big bathtub effect. It's beyond our understanding as well, and we've asked for a proper explanation, but when you ask and that's totally fine. We don't speak Chinese, but we even have people in Good eReader Company that speaks Mandarin, Chinese, traditional Chinese. And they got word back from them, and then they explained it to us, and they're like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. So we've reached out to Weifeng as well, the creators of the screen, and still the explanations are just too tough. So with the REINKSTONE, this is the R1, the screen is made by, excuse my pronunciation, Weifeng in China. They make the actual EPD, with the little flex cable and stuff. That's the actual e-ink panel. And they sell that to everyone around the world through Good Displays. They sell it to Good Displays, and then Good Displays sells it to, I don't know, whatever REINKSTONE is called. They have like a, REINKSTONE has like this weird, in Shenzhen, which is I think Guangzhou province, I'm not sure, but these guys have like the Top Joy, the REINKSTONE R1, and the Right whiskey, which are all ridiculously, suspiciously part of the exact same group or monopoly or oligopoly. So that's the whole thing about why this is so controversial in the e-reader world. Obviously, if you guys are watching this and you've stumbled across our channel and you're a, iPad user or a Samsung user, you're going to say, who gives two craps about what this guy's talking about? You are absolutely correct. Unless you're involved in the e-reader scope, this is not interesting to you. But if you're a part of the e-reader community, this is very interesting because it's the only time that any company other than e-ink has released something that is of note, and it's not e-ink, and it's still e-paper. Another thing about this is that once you have some colors on the screen like that, you can press this toggle, and yes, you can turn off the colors. That is something that e-ink has not been able to figure out, period. No other device has an actual toggle that, to these guys' credit, works ridiculously quick. Look at that. The screen doesn't even really wipe, and the colors are now gone. That in and of itself is phenomenal. It just wiped away everything, and the colors, you can toggle the colors on and off. And this is something we've been talking to e-ink for years about this. And they're like, oh yeah, no, you can't really do that. At one point, the Poke 2 color on X mode was kind of able to turn the colors off, but it only reduced it like 90 to 95%. It didn't actually turn off the colors entirely. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. I'm going to check my phone real quick to see if we got any comments coming in. We do have some other comments coming in from... we have some other, social media platforms and stuff like that. People want to see some exhibition of what the colors look like. We will go right there. I forget how to navigate this thing properly. Go back, and we're going to go to the local storage. Just go home, go to files, and we're going to look at pictures. Show you guys some pictures. 5 p.m. Hazy Blue said, well, I thought ink was everything. Good to know that DES is a thing. Hazy Blue, you are correct. Everybody, Hisense, Amazon, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, Sony, Pocketbook, the list goes on. Literally everyone using e-paper or e-ink comes from e-ink. 100%. 155,000%. So let's look at some pick-a-doos. So first thing we're going to do actually is go into the settings. Settings, right down. Actually can't find settings. Wait a sec. Why can't I find the settings right now? It's supposed to be a wheel. Where did the settings go? That's kind of weird, actually. Oh, okay. Well, they got rid of it. On the update, they used to have 3 little lines here that had settings. Okay, well, I guess I got to go down here. So we're going to go to Preferences, and we're going to go to Refresh Mode. They have 4 refresh modes, and they're speed modes. So Display, Graphic, Web, and Video, which basically means normal. We're going to go, say, Speed, A2, and X. So for this, we're going to be in Display Mode because that is the crispiest, most crispest. Leave a comment down below on how I should say that. It is the most crisp quality. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, no external storage available. But I clicked on a photo there. I don't care if there's no external storage available. You're not going to show me the photos, are you? See, this is why I guess it's not released yet. It's pretty broken. Okay, I wonder if I can do an open with. Open with. I have only gallery. Okay, fantastic. And it's not going to let me open it, is it? No. All right, we can't show that, but we can just show this then. Wow, that literally crashed between the last time we did any coverage on this and right now. That is very disappointing because we're going to show you these images. And I guess you can look at them like this, but okay. Well, Google it is, I guess. Public domain images on Google we're going to go to. So we're going to go to apps. Because Sterling Phoenix says, I have to say the note-taking is pretty fast. Correct. The note-taking is pretty fast. It is quite nice, in fact. That doesn't have a whole lot to do with REINKSTONE. REINKSTONE are the guys that are distributing it. So, yeah. I just subconsciously typed Good eReader, but I wanted to type Google. Because I don't know if it uses Google as default. It might use Bing or something. Yeah, the note-taking is pretty quick, Phoenix. It's pretty good. Okay, well, we're just going to go and say... Be careful here. Royalty-free, HD colorful. I don't think it'll like if I do image, because it'll just say... We've excluded the word image, because images is already kind of... implied if I go to, yeah. Okay, that's where I got the balls from anyways, and the umbrellas and stuff. So let's go here. But yeah, that just totally crashed on me, that no external storage found. It's like, yeah, well, sure. But why are you crashing based on that? So anyways, staining is very prominent on this. You'll see that circle's still there. That's from the boot up. And that's never gone away, basically from, like, day one. So... yeah. Uvilo said, but limited to the native app, not an app you download on the app stores. Correct. Oh, yes. Very correct. Very correct, Uvilo. If you download OneNote or Sketch or something like that, no, it's not going to be that fast. So, Sterling, yes, you have to use this note-taking app, which is pretty good. We'll get back to it, but we're answering some questions because you guys on this particular chat haven't asked any questions as to what we should be showing right now, so we're just gonna go off of the videos to show you guys what is all going on. So this is some bursting of powder bombs things, and this one's a pretty good image right here, I guess. So where the colors meet, there's a lot of like sloshing. It's not very good. It is good that you can turn off the colors. That's something that's so cool. I should turn that audio off. I apologize. That is so cool how you can do that. You know how long we've been waiting for that? Something that allows you to flip a light switch and completely break the entire device. For goodereader.com, this is Peter. No, like what happened here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, a light switch that just literally turns off all the color. Like, no color bleeds through. It is black and white. So e-ink uses a passive layer. Would be no different than you going like this and putting on a passive layer so that when light shines through it, like so, it bounces off and becomes color to your eyes. That's what e-ink is doing. DES makes a different approach, and they haven't entirely shared with us through Wavefun Communications and Good Displays how exactly the color works, whether it's individual color little balls that's sloshing around in the mix, or which would probably be it, which is why it looks so terrible. Now, by the way, this is on the best image quality possible, and I still have more staining than you can shake a stick at. Look at that. It's not that impressive. There's certain things that are impressive. The note-taking's quick. You can turn the colors off and on. But looking at the colors, no, you don't whip out a guitar and start doing guitar solos to look at this. You're kind of like, yeah, I can see the colors, but you know what? Here it is. If you put Kaleido 1 versus DES, you say, oh wow, DES is really moving things along. But then you see e-ink Kaleido 2 on the Nova 3 color and the Bigme B1 Pro and the InkPad color from Pocketbook. And then you go back to this and you're like, oh, yeah, Okay. And it's not limited to this. We have yet another DES in store, and that's the Top Joy. And it's in our offices here. And it's yeah, it's ready to go, and that's just as bad as this. Looks just as bad as this. But this definitely has, they're moving in the right direction. And now internet has cut out, even though it didn't. It's just on this unit it did. So that's fantastic. So yeah, the unit, I feel like the tooling and the tooling is like, making the unit. So like where the ports are going to be, the screen covers and stuff like that. The tooling seems to be pretty much, it's done. It's right here. And actually, you know what? To be completely honest, it's built quite well. It's out of a block of aluminum. It's really cold on the sides. It's very nice to hold. It's not bad. And they have that ledger. Everyone's been doing this. Everyone's been doing this since Remarkable. This ledger thing. Yeah, so... Oh, we do have some questions rolling in here. Uvilo said... Oh, no, he already said that. Zignit Olia said, would DES's performance be better if it was used by a mature... Oh, yes. Yes, it would be. If Onyx or someone picked this up and had the pockets, the deep pockets to... well, deep pockets. I mean, these guys have banked millions of dollars and fulfilled... I mean, fulfilled what? How much? Anybody have a number on that? I don't want to say, but it sure sounds like no one's been getting their stuff. These guys have banked millions, and this is the best they can come up with. Something that barely works, and there's an 8-month gap in their responses. I mean, again, this is unopinionated. This is actually things that have been happening in the world. Other people, other than us, have been reporting on this as well. This is very common occurrence. These are the infamous triplet bandits. As we'll say, we don't know what's going on with these guys. Yeah, if Onyx picked up a DES panel from Weifeng and threw at it with the specs that they have, maybe if they made a DES variant, that'd be awesome. It sure be like a different. It would be a different approach. Oh, I see. Rob T joined up. Yeah, I don't like that guy very much. Yeah, that guy. No, he's a buddy of mine. I don't want to be too mean, but yes, I did tell him earlier to show up to the live, and I guess he's finally here, and he'll hold this against me now and say, oh yeah, remember that time I showed up? Yeah, okay, great. Sterling Phoenix, I think the more people use it, that it'll be better. Technology is mature too. Yes, the more people start to adopt DES into other manufacturers, different applications, maybe, smartphone manufacturers pick it up. Sure, it could become better over time, but as it stands, the fact that DES only exists in shells made by these guys that are just kind of iffy, the fact that literally no one else is using it, and the fact that e-ink has 95% of the market, I'm not even say 95%, that's not even accurate. They have pretty much 100% of the e-paper market, because there are no other manufacturers that make any other e-paper other than Concepts, little display units at trade shows, things that you can buy with money. Only e-ink, period. No one else. DES isn't even out. You can't even buy. You can buy the panels. You could go right now to Good eReader, our store, deal with our vendor, Good Displays, and buy this 10.1-inch Weifeng DES panel. You could buy it, and you could have it in your hand. You go, whoa, look at it. It's so flexible. Done. Packaged in a properly tooled device like this, nobody. No one has anything you can buy except these weird crowdfunding campaigns spread across 5 different crowdfunding campaigns. So yeah, Sterling again, they've delayed shipping until January. Sure they did, I know, but like, great. Uvilo, is there a clear button that makes most things go away? Yes, there is a clear button. I can't remember where it is. Isn't that one? No, that's transliteration. I think it's over here. Yeah, here it is. This one. Yeah, but things are still there. For example, right now, there's the bar from, I think, Google right there. And just looking at it, I still have that gigantic circle. And I have where the floating ball was right there. So even if you clear the screen, you're not really clearing the screen, which is a very big problem with this unit. It's a very big problem. User said they want to look at modes. We will do that right now. Oh, videos. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, well, no one's asking about anything else right now. We're gonna... Oh, Michael with the 399 penny. donation to his own company with a chicken thumbs up. This guy is a real player. We should bring him on board the Goody Reader family. Thank you, Mike, for donating your coffee money to the company's pool. You are a scholar and a gentleman. We're going to go to youtube.com and look at a royalty-free video, because we need to show you how color looks. Should I play the latest James Bond trailer? No. I do want to see that movie. I haven't gotten around to seeing it. It's been so busy. Haven't had time to dedicate going to a theater. Heck, if DES makes E-Ink, if DEX makes E-Ink think they need to push themselves further to compete, then everybody wins. Correct. If DES starts to show up like, oh, Hisense grabbed a DES. Oh, Onyx grabbed a DES. And it starts to be like, uh-oh. And then E-Ink starts, they're running. They're running. So, yeah, true that. GoodyReader. Why am I doing .com? You are off your game today, Peter. All right. Oh, should I play the live on here while you guys are watching? No, I'm just kidding. That'd be stupid. All right. Well, here we go. Shameless plug. This charger came out for the Kindle. It's actually pretty good. I was surprised. I was actually surprised when I opened it that it was Anker. I know Anker's a really good brand. I thought it was going to be an Amazon branded product like Amazon Basic, but it wasn't. It was Anker, Anker, made, and it was for Amazon, it's called. So this is going to answer the question about videos here. If it helps my dog enjoy the latest Bond movie. I mean, like, if your dog is known to enjoy good movies, then that's great. But if you mean that it's so bad even a dog would enjoy it, or it's so good that even a dog could enjoy it, that's a lot to unpackage there. Oh no, an ad! Don't look! Yes, wash your hands. Everybody wash their hands, okay? You know, this device isn't very fast. Okay, this is normal mode. Look at that. That is disgusting. Can I even get the pause button showing up? Oh, I can. Oh, I got it. Oh, I pressed the play again. I did. Okay, here. Once. And now pause. It's still loading for some reason, even though it's kind of playing. Oh, don't touch it. Oh, maybe touch it. Okay. Is a true example of what this device can do. Oh, it's so advanced. I can't even grab the pause button, guys. And there's no pause button at the bottom. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh, Sterling Phoenix, I enjoyed it. That's perfect. Yeah, I wanted to see that. It's his last Bond movie before Bond turns into a different raced person who's transgendered in a wheelchair or whatever. I mean, I'm absolutely all for LBGQT or whatever, but there's time and place, and a James Bond character has to be a white male. I mean, come on. Okay, it went over to another person's page. Okay, let's just get out of here. This device is so this is a prime example of what you're going to be using this device in a realistic fashion. That is not fun to watch that. Let me just get this all set up before we go. But yeah, we do need to see more companies adopt things that are outside of just E-Ink. There's nothing wrong with E-Ink. They've been a force to be reckoned with for, I think, 17 years. I think that's how long. I know Sony's been making e-readers for 17 years, and they made they made with E-Ink early on. So yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just make a couple, like who said that? Sterling, I think. Someone said that. Zignid Olias said, yeah, companies like Onyx and Pocketbook and Boyuan, for example, need to pick up DES to just, change things, make it all different and mix it up, not rely on one manufacturer. Okay, it took me that long to go into video mode. I'm not kidding you. Now, we're going to go back to the video, if I can navigate my way back there. Okay, here we are. We're in video mode now. We're going to do top down. We're going to check it out. This is as good as a video is going to look. Wait. Yeah, I'm in video mode. No. Why did you not take... Oh. No. Yeah, that's it. That is video mode. Yep, I'm in video mode. So that's what we're looking at right now, girls and boys. That's your color video. And if you guys looked at the... what did we show recently? We showed something recently. It was... I think it was the Nova 3 color. No. We showed something else in color, and yeah, it was pretty good. But anyways, yeah, this is just about as good as the video is gonna look. Which, you know, DES is just not there when it comes to refresh. It's just not as good as e-ink when you want fluid refreshes. Go home. Go home. So if you're looking for something that's fluid and it... Ah, the Big Me. Oh, man, it just came to me. We did the Big Me B1 Pro, and we showed the color experience on it. And that's running Kaleido too. You could watch it at like 20 to 25 frames a second a video. That's pretty good because movies play at like 24.95 or whatever. So... you can realistically use the Big Me B1 Pro as a everyday video. You can scroll through your Instagram feed and watch videos and stories and all that stuff. You honestly could, but this not so much. Joel, just wonder, is there a color e-paper device that has both Android and Linux? No, not yet. The Big Me is here. Let's go here just to show you guys because it's just me talking. And you guys aren't asking questions, which is fine. You don't have to. I'm just saying. I'll show you guys on here. So in terms of Linux, and Android's going to be... Oh, what should we choose? We're going to go purple. Look at that. Oh, we're going to go big pen. Brush size. Full. And this will be Android. In terms of color, you got the B1 Big Me. You got the Nova 3 color. You have the... Oops! InkPad 3's over here. You got the C6, iReader C6. You got the iFlyTech C1. You got the Pocketbook color. Oh, yeah! Pocketbook color. You got the Poke 2 color. Can't think of any color. Well, the B1 Pro, and then the B1 Pro Plus. Can't think of any other colors right now. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, yeah. Jeez. A7cc. And then A5cc. Or the A5, A5cc. A5 Pro CC, whatever. So, yeah. All these will be Android, and all these will be Linux, and neither of them will cross over into each other, and neither of them use both. None of them use both. The only guys that kind of use both is Supernote, but they're not color. There's no color on there. And they use a Android Chauvet or something, which it kind of it's like best of both worlds kind of thing, but no, it's not both. Faizan Khan said giveaway ? You mean you want us to give this away, or you're talking about the giveaway? If you want more information about the giveaway, the Kobo Sage donated by Kobo Rakuten to us just ended, and actually someone else has been donating to 2 other companies donated to Goody Reader to do contests. So that'll be coming up today. Actually, after this, we'll be uploading the video for the new contest. So that's going to go up right away. We're doing 1 week contests. 1 week a pop, because we got to get as much stuff into your guys' hands as humanly possible before the end of the year. Uvilo, I think Hisense is a champ in the color e-paper A5, A7. Despite 100 PPI, they used a multi-tier processor and pretty smooth. Yes, Hisense are a bunch of gangsters when it comes to e-ink. You know, you wouldn't think someone that makes microwaves and stoves to make a good e-ink product. Or a good, to make e-ink products in general. By the way, this is just the difference between these two. Like, look at how refined e-ink is after so many years versus this new technology. And I'm not bashing it. It's just, this looks noticeably not as good as this. You look at this, you're like, oh, cool. Wow, that looks pretty good. Oh, look, Amazon Music. Oh, wow, look at all this stuff. This is really crisp. And then you look at this, you're like, oh, okay. I see, you know, I get the idea. It's just, you know, not everything is there. So, yeah, it's just not quite Not quite there yet. La 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 la. Joel, thank you. I remember watching a video and someone said there's both Linux and Android. Joel, I think people were talking about Supernote. Unless it's some random paper device that you buy on Ali that's called like, ebook reader, and it runs some random Android, and there's like a dual boot. But otherwise in the e-reader scope, there is nothing. Like officially nothing, no. Let's go to color palette while I read some more stuff here. Sterling Phoenix isn't expecting smooth video from ePaper e-ink or not. Bit premature. No, it isn't, because video on ePaper has pretty much been solid since 2000 and I want to say 18 with the Dark Moon R9 dual screen. It had a LCD panel here, and it had an e-ink panel on the back. The Siswu R9 Dark Moon actually was one of the first e-ink products that really had solid video. It was a Chinese only device, dual screen. It had really good video, and from there everything runs video now. All of Boyu products runs fantastic video. As Uvilo said, Hisense runs great video. Amazing video. Obviously Onyx is probably one of the most consistent and the best with X mode. Runs video. It's totally fine, yeah. Let's see. Lin Feng Li, any recommendation for e-ink tablet with reasonable one-note performance? Yes. Air 2. Why I say that is because Air 2 and the other ones, the Lumi 2, it's really expensive, and I think Note 5, but it's delayed, they all are optimized for one note, and it's fantastic. It's just as fast on the Onyx Books Air 2 on the note-taking side as it is on actual OneNote. It's really good. This wouldn't do that. No. As someone said earlier, Lin Feng, this would only be as fast as this on this. If you navigate away from this into any other note-taking experience, it's going to be terrible. And this is already, questionable. You can see everything I've just written before is still there. So the impressive points about this, before we wrap up here, because we're already 10 minutes away, unless you guys have any other questions. The impressive points about this here, let's clear the page here. And no, again, if you're just joining, their eraser doesn't work. No longer works. They had updates, just crashed, it's broken. I think if I tap this twice, it'll delete everything. Oh no, this is clear page. Okay, good. Confirm. Okay, awesome. So if I go to here, and let's choose an interesting color for this. How about this pink with a large brush? Cool. Pros. Let's choose something else. It's kind of hard to see. Dark green. Yeah. Okay, so it's got DES, which is great. It's up-and-coming technology. No one is using it yet. Only the Top Joy and the R1 are using it. And unfortunately, these are all coming from the shadiest of companies ever. Just period ever in the world of e-readers. It's an objective fact that these guys are very questionable, and they're the only guys using DES. So that's a pro. Another pro is the color toggle. It's unbelievable. It's really good. You can turn it off. Another pro is that it's fast. It's very fast. It's very fast. It's really quick. Lots of colors. It's great. Cons, I don't have enough room on this list for cons. It's broken. Absolutely broken. Even after, I think, 5 updates. That looks like an S. It's just completely broken. Staining, you have more stain. Man, this collects staining like it's going out of style. It's so much staining on this. It's unreal. Look at this staining. And you're like, oh man, okay, I'm going to clear everything. Oh no, not everything's gone. Like let's try it again. Oh, it's still kind of there. Like circle's still there. Like, no, this staining is through the roof. You know what? Actually, broken is in and of itself a lot of cons because the apps don't really work. The browsing experience And you know what? Just overall navigation is kind of painful. As you guys saw on camera, it took me probably 1 full minute to even go to exit YouTube, go to settings, and turn on video mode. And in the end, can't do videos. Can't do vids. Can't really do vids. The Top Joy, for some reason, could do vids. I guess it was just a little bit more refined than this. And, yeah, the cons is the Origin company. Not of the panel. The panel is good. It's from Weifeng. And the distribution is Good Displays. Neither of which we have any affiliation with. So those are good. But the Origin company, who makes the device, this thing that is tooled and logoed and been pretty and packaged, is super, super... I mean, they're doing like, oh, give us $1 and we'll give you the ability to pre-order. And it's like what? Just, what? You guys have raised so much money. So much money. Just release it. Like, this isn't groundbreaking technology. What the guys did, and this is a fact, I said it before, they went to Weifeng and say, hey, can we buy some EPDs, the electronic paper display? Right? Weifeng said, sure, how many EPDs do you want? And they said, I don't know, like 200? And they're like, okay, pay us this much, or yuan or whatever. And then they paid them, and then Weifeng shipped the panels to, I think I have it here actually, I think I wrote it. Yeah, and the Weifeng said, okay, Good Displays, REINKSTONE wants 200 panels. And Good Displays says, sure, give me some renminbi or some yuan. And they put the panels, these panels, they put them in this device, in this housing that they tooled themselves. Yeah, to be, to give them credit, they did tool this themselves. They made this themselves. This isn't like anything I've ever seen before, this packaging. So they built it, obviously. And then they put the panels in there, and then they do advertisement, and they do commercials, right? And they do videos. Play button backwards. And here it is. But, I mean, it's not technology to the point where they're scratching their heads like, oh, what do we do? No, it's done. It's right here. It's done. There's other underlying reasons why you can't ship. I understand there's delays right now. We have to give everyone credit. And this is a big thing I'm going to leave you with. Right now, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm going to buy something on Goody Reader, or even Onyx, or even Boy, or even Supernote. All these guys, Pocketbook. Why haven't you shipped yet? And it's been like 4 hours. And it's like, guys, no one is Amazon except Amazon. And for a lesser extent, Rakuten in Japan is a fairly large conglomerate, gigantic business too. If you buy, I'm going to do that right now, Tom Doe. If you buy a product from anybody, Pocketbook, iReader, and you're like, you're itching to see the tracking number show up in like 5 minutes, it's not going to happen by anyone except Amazon. Amazon is a near $1 trillion business to the point where they're able to do that. No one else is able to do this. And right now there are a ton of delays. There's the EPD shortage, which is the paper display itself. There's the component shortages. Even if you get all that in, it's like, okay, we got all the stuff. Make it. It's like, whoa, there's rolling blackouts right now in China. It's like, oh, so when can we make it? Oh, between 12 and 4. It's like, okay, let's do it. Oh, there's no people that want to do it. It's like, oh, okay. Well, right there. If there's no people that want to build something or even program the machines to build it, it ain't going to be built. I know that was bad English. I'm just saying. So we all have to really, really honestly just slow down a little bit. Black Friday just hit. We're experiencing massive delays. Everyone is experiencing delays. Everybody. So we gotta just relax a little bit because no one's gonna get their stuff. People that are making things, and that could very well be the absolute truthful reason that REINKSTONE and Top Joy and all these guys can't get their items out. This could be the most legitimate by the book donating to save the whales and seals and cleaning up the plants company in the world. It's just their communication is awful. That's just what's happening here, is that the communication is just terrible. Even with us, which we're supposed to be, cooperating with proper video delivery for all of our users. Book just crashed. Like their communication is just non-existent. So let's look at a book. Wow, we just had a launcher crash. All right, let's look at a book again. Tom Doe. Tom Doe is asking us to look at a book. Okay, we're just going to leave it for a second. Okay, I'm not going to do fast nav. I'm going to tap once. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. A Christmas Carol is in red. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, a Ghost Story's in blue. Okay, so fast nav doesn't work. It makes the device crash. You know what? That looks pretty tight. That looks really, really nice. Just like this, with multiple colors on the screen. Charles Dickens is in red. Illustrations in, you got a little bit dark forest green at the bottom. Fantastic. Really nice experience. Just don't do note-taking apps, browsing videos, or anything else. Just read books. This looks pretty good. Not the worst thing in the world. Do you want to buy this to say, oh, I finally went through all that to get my REINKSTONE. I'm going to read books now. No, buy something else. If you're doing color note-taking, yeah, potentially 7 months down the road, this could possibly be a choice. But right now, no. Actually, I don't know if I don't want to do anything. It's gonna crash. Should I pinch and zoom? Okay, did nothing. All right, let's tap and then go to text. Oh, it initialized the bookshelf. It crashed, and the book is still there. Look at that. Okay, so when you read a book, be careful not to like interact with the device and touch it in any way, because it will probably crash. If I just go slow like this, what happens if I click the contents? Oh, initialize bookshelf is gonna crash. Yep, there it goes. All right, so we got some stuff to work out there. You could download Amazon on here, and you could sideload it, and that works. And manga looks great too. You can see here, if I can turn pages. Yep, manga looks fine. Looks pretty good actually. But I can't say that any of the actual photos that these guys use. Oh, sorry, Tom Doe. I'll go back to. Oh, you know what? No, sorry, Tom. I can't change the font because I can't go any bigger because it crashes the device. All those pictures you see on the ad campaigns for the REINKSTONE, it doesn't look like that. I'm just gonna say that straight up right now. All of those, like, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, Facebook ads, all the things that are like Android 11, this, that, and the other thing, and they show the pictures, doesn't look like that at all. No way. They were using manufactured pictures because it looks good, but it doesn't look like that. Stephen Prosser at the very end here. The questionable OEM seems to be WeWood. Correct. Those are the guys that started the whole thing there. I'll always be cautious of WeWood device until I see positive reviews coming from average consumers. Yeah, like I said, Stephen, these guys sent us the Topjoy and the REINKSTONE. And they're like, hey, Goody Reader. We're like, oh, hey, guys, what's going on? And they're like, hey, can you guys do some videos? We're like, sure. And, they gave us their talking points. They gave us a little piece of paper that told us what to talk about. And they told us a little bit how DES worked. We did a video. We're like, yeah, okay, it looks good. And I said on the review video, as per the scripting that the guys made for all of us to say, I said that it's not finalized. And I said that during the review because it isn't. And since then, we did 5 update videos. But still not finalized, and now communication has dropped off the side of the moon. And here is what we're left with. We are basically 2022. We've been experiencing this whole, the suspicious 3, or whatever you want to call them, the mischievous triplets of the whole REINKSTONE, Whiskey, and Topjoy. And I can't say anything other than just the facts, guys. And the fact is that they've raised $2 million, and they're buying EPDs, the paper display, which are not that expensive. We sell them on our site through Good Displays, our vendor. So if you bring in $2 million and you're working on stuff and you've already made the thing, I mean, all I can ask is, why aren't people getting their things? That's all I have to say about that. So that's what's happened. What else do we have here? Stephen Prosser, how's the staining for comics? Can you read panel by panel, or is it stained, blotchy, etc.? Stephen, it is going to come down to what app you're using. For example, if you use just a regular comic viewer app like this, it's going to rely on just pinching and zooming. So it's going to rely on pinching and zooming. So All right, so pinching and zooming doesn't work, but it is going to come down to the app you're using. If you're using Amazon, if you're using like Moon Plus Reader, if you're using Easy PDF or whatever, it's gonna be app specific because the unit itself doesn't really have anything preloaded to open anything. And I'll show you what we mean by that because I showed you earlier and it was crashing. If you press and hold something like that, ticket, go up here and go open with. You're going to search what you can open things with. And it has launcher, which is Moo PDF, and it just crashes. And you go through books, and I don't even know what it's using for books, actually. Let's see. What is it using to launch books? Moo PDF. Yeah, so Moo PDF is obviously garbage. Doesn't work. And any of the... it's using gallery to open up images. But watch what happens when I choose gallery. It's searching for an external storage that isn't there, and everything in the background is like, blah, 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 like trying to figure out what to do, and then it just simply crashes after showing me a second and a half of the actual thing. So needless to say, the unit isn't ready. 2021 December is not ready. So if you guys are asking, should I buy it? Should I put... Oh, Courtney Bowman says you should definitely talk about Hisense for 5 minutes. ... Is that... It's probably sarcasm, but Hisense is great. So, yeah, they almost won the poll as well. So, yeah, that's what that is. Oh, Michael Kozlowski said... Oh, sorry. Zignit Olia said, Michael Kozlowski reported on Huawei e-paper that's going to be released. What do you guys think of that? We don't know what technology is based off of. It could be an alternative to e-paper. It could be just e-ink panels. We don't know yet. But we will soon find out because we're doing lots of videos and we have lots of stuff coming up. We just finished the Tolino, which was a little bit underwhelming. You're better off just going with a Libra 2. And as for the REINKSTONE, yeah, I would say put a little bit of a pause on donating and crowdfunding because we're just, they got a lot of money piled up. Just I think it's all good. Oh, Courtney said no, you really should. Oh yeah, the 3 dots at the end is like, I couldn't feel what you're saying there. Yeah, Courtney, no, we actually had this on the... Oops, I dropped something. We had this on the poll, the Hisense Touch, which is a fantastic unit, really nice unit. And no joke, I have this on when I'm working on my car and stuff like that, or when we're just doing table meetings at the office here. We just have it on like a low roar with various hair salon music, just background beats and stuff. Because yeah, it's a really good unit. It's so good and it's so loud and it's so well built, and it's got like great speakers on it. They almost won. It was only 9% behind the REINKSTONE, but we will not be showing the REINKSTONE any further with anything. We're pretty much done with it. I think the only thing we have on the docket for the REINKSTONE is REINKSTONE versus Topjoy. We're going to do that because that's like, we waited for these guys a long time. We're like, hey, where's the communication? We really need we need you guys to respond to our emails, and no one's been responding. So we're going to do a final REINKSTONE versus Topjoy to show how that all looks, and then we're just going to wrap up. We're done with coverage on the REINKSTONE. We're going to throw it on the shelf in the office and just that's it. We're done with it until anything else comes out because it's just the nature of what it is. And to be completely honest, we don't really like doing any more coverage on it because it's not yeah, you know what it is. So anyways, we have contests coming up for the entire rest of the month. We have I think one just ended yesterday, and the next one will be going till the 15th, I think, and then the 22nd, and then the 29th. So 3 more contests, 2 of which are donated by other companies, I believe. I'm not sure. Some I don't do the emails for that, but I think we got a couple lined up for some big names. So we got some big name contests coming up. Kobo Sage is going to be shipped off to a lucky person once the guys are done all the computing and algorithms to choose the name. And then Michael and I are going to be doing a month and a year wrap up. And sorry, I should say at the end of the month on maybe the... I think we might be doing it on the 19th because we didn't want to do it... Sorry, the 25th because that's Christmas Day, and then 26th is Boxing Day. So I think next week we'll be doing it, and every Thursday for the end till the end of the month. So 16th, 23rd, and 30th, we're going to be doing more live showcases. So we'll put up a poll. We'll let you guys know what you need to vote on. No more REINKSTONE. Maybe Top Joy. And that'll be it. So thank you guys all for popping in. And, oh, Shane Whitby said I already ordered a R1. I hope it wasn't a big mistake. Maybe it was. But we don't know yet. And I don't want to say anything else because that's the end of the road. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And we will put up some polls. We'll put up some videos. We're going to do another contest. And we're going to do some good stuff. Thank you very much for popping on by. And that's it. You're going to watch me drink tea for 18 seconds because that's how we end the video. Not because that's the way I want to end it. It's just because if I end it right when I say goodbye, that's when it stops. Then it doesn't catch up when I actually cut it. So yeah, you know. Thank you everybody. Sterling, Shinumi, 85, Uvilo, Courtney, Uvilo again, Sterling again, Stephen Prosser, Tom Doe, Lin Fang, Joel. Got a lot of people. Michael, big donation. Rob, you're not here. 5 p.m. Hazy Blue, thank you very much. Yeah, thanks guys. See you next time.